Welcome back to Switzer on Sky News Money. My next guest is the CEO of Emerald Group, a retailer that owns brands and businesses in the luxury retail space. He's here to talk to us about all things luxury, retail in general, and an upcoming conference called the Deluxe Forum. James Kennedy, welcome to Switzer. So, for those that don't know, mate, give us a rundown of what you guys do at the Emerald Group and some of the brands that are part of your portfolio.
Sure. So Emerald Group Investments was a company that's still in its infancy. It's a group that I established as a follow-on from really the family business, which started off as a watch and jewellery business, which was and is called LK Boutique, and that's a 40-year-old business this year. And it was last year, actually in May, when we acquired Bang & Olufsen, or the licensee to be the licensee in Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, which is a well-known manufacturer of televisions and entertainment goods. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent, great.
So part of the strategy for us was to diversify the business away from just being in the watch and jewellery space. And not to say that the watch and jewellery space is an incredible sector within the luxury retail industry, but obviously, once we acquired the AV brand Bang & Olufsen, we looked at establishing the group, which was Emerald Group Investments, which was then going to form part of the overall strategy of diversification, which then sort of segued into the fashion sector as well. And we've now established a deal with Loewe, which is a Spanish fashion brand under the LVMH group. So we're their licensee in Australia. Similar format to the Bang & Olufsen deal.
Very good. So, mate, we get you on the show from time to time, to give us sort of a feel for what's happening at that sort of high-end retail part of the market. Obviously, sort of on Main Street, the retail numbers so far in earnings season have been pretty positive. JB Hi-Fi reported well, good top-line sales growth. Harvey Norman's out next week. David Jones reported today as well, which was reasonably positive, their best result in some time. Talk us through what's happening at the high end of the market with sort of the brands that you're involved with, Rolex, Bang & Olufsen. What are you seeing in the retail space right now?
Look, it's strong. The last few years has been incredibly strong in that space. So, I think even though we're still seeing good growth, it's people might be looking at it and saying, oh, well, it's coming off, or well, it's getting quieter. I just don't think we're going to see the astronomical growth that maybe we've seen in the last 3-4 years. And there's a combination of reasons for that, but it's still a very, very strong market. I actually just came back from overseas myself. I was taking a bit of a vacation.
You bludger?
It's amazing. Sorry, mate.
You bludger, I said.
It was quite amazing, actually, just how much wealth and how much shopping and these luxury stores. I mean, they were just packed with people, and there were bags being carried out the door constantly. So, I think that lines with where we are in Australia at the
James,
moment.
what are the factors that impact the luxury market? Is it things like, is it currency? Is it things like in Australia? I'm talking about is it China? Is it property prices? What are the drivers that sort of will either result in a really strong trading period or will result in sales coming off?
Well, look, I think you've got to probably break it down into two parts. So you've got your domestic market and then you've got your tourism market. So I guess from a tourism perspective, look, China plays a huge part to the consumption of luxury goods, not only in Australia but globally. And with the introduction of the luxury tax, or what we would refer to as a GST, but an import tax, there's now a tax on bringing goods back into China. So that's certainly affected the buying power, I guess, so to speak, of Asian tourists.
Yeah.
As far as the domestic market goes, it's still very strong. I think sentiment is good. People are happy. The election's now behind us.
Yeah.
The dollar.
Does that have an impact in your space, the election?
Oh, look, I think it just does with respect to confidence.
Yeah.
When people. It's one of those things when I guess if you're in a group of people and you surround yourself with good people, you feel good about yourself, and vice versa. So when there's negative sentiment around, people, whether rightly or wrongly, they're going to be impacted by that.
Yeah, yeah. And where are you seeing opportunity at the moment?
Oh, I mean, look, I think just expanding the brand portfolio is a key one for us. So, you know, we've got a few more watch and jewellery, you know, stores and boutiques to open over the next sort of 18 months, which is good. And we're obviously trying to expand, you know, the fashion arm of the business as well. So we've obviously with Loewe coming on board, and we've got that boutique earmarked to open at Chadstone in Melbourne towards the end of the year, and we'll look at probably opening at least 1 to 2 more, probably across Sydney and maybe another one in Melbourne over the next 24 months. And we just want to keep adding brands to that portfolio. And Bang & Olufsen's going really, really strongly. We've opened up what is the 4th largest flagship in the world on the corner of Russell Street and Flinders Lane in Melbourne. And that's, you know, really going well for us. And we've got another one earmarked to open at Bondi Junction, Westfield in Sydney towards the end of the year. So, you know, just keep what I call organic growth, but, you know, so keep grinding and keep, you know, progressing forward.
And in terms of your operating structure, is it all bricks and mortar, or are you in the online space for any of your brands at the moment? And if so, you know, can you sell luxury goods successfully online?
Oh, look, you absolutely can. I mean, if you look at brands or companies, say like a Mr. Porter or a Net-a-Porter,
yeah.
You know, fashion is something absolutely you can sell, and you know, luxury fashion is expensive, and there is an element of it that is, you know, sits in the luxury space. You know, watches and jewellery, on the other hand, probably not as much.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how confident people are wanting to spend, you know, $6,000 upwards, you know, on an online purchase without touching and feeling the product, or having someone explain the product. Bang & Olufsen, we're actually about to launch our online website to provide you know, online sales for or online shopping for B&O Play, which is the sort of entry-level products, headphones and various things like that. So I think it just depends on the products and the space that you're in to determine whether you're going to sell. But overall, look, my father always taught me bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as you have products and a place to sell them, you know, you're going to be okay.
Now, you're involved in an event that's coming up for people that are interested in the luxury market. It's called the Deluxe Forum. Talk us through what it is, when it's on, and what's it all about, and who's involved.
So the Deluxe Forum is an event, and it's probably the only one of its kind. It's a forum. It's a day, really.
In Sydney.
In Sydney, so it's at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Sydney, and it's on Monday, so next Monday, the 29th of August. And it's an event really that's dedicated to the luxury and the premium sector. Yeah. As I said, it's the only one of its kind. We've got some great speakers coming, both locally and internationally, coming in to talk, you know, all things luxury and premium, and whether that's talking, we've got, you know, some great analysts. We've got Luca Solca coming in from who's the head of luxury at BNP Paribas, and, you know, he's going to talk through the analytics, the analytical side of the luxury market. And we've got some great sort of MDs and CEOs of various luxury brands, including R.M. Williams and Cartier, the watch brand and jewellery brand. So it's, you know, it's a great day for people, you know, wanting to understand the luxury sector and where it's at, and you know, it should be a great day, and it's probably, I think, our third or fourth one now.
And if people want to know more, where do they go?
They go to the Deluxe Forum website, which off the top of my head I'm pretty sure is www.deluxeforum.com, or you can Google it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it, and I think there are tickets still available.
James, thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate.
After the break, we'll talk all things earnings season with the one and only Rudy Philippek van Dijk. Don't go away.